Welcome back, Survey of Religions, Lecture 12. I am amped up, ready to go here. Freemasonry, but first, you should have this posted on the website, the chart of cults. The cults chart. This is everything you need to know for a test, okay, for cults as we go through them. Catholicism, Christian Science, today's Freemasonry. So everything is there. That's what I'm going to say right now, at least. So you don't have to know more than this for a test. So study that. You can say it's already too much stuff. Well, I understand. And on the Survey of Religions Exam 1, if you failed it, which many people have, including folks in our class here, if you retake it, you know what you have to study. I don't give you a different exam. It's the same one. So you just memorize it as best you can. Not C, A, B, C, C, D, E, N, 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 D, C. Don't do that. That's dumb. Because I may change the order.
That's the only way to do it.
But just change one. Just change the first one so it's all off by one. You did worse the second time, buddy. You missed all but one. Okay. I wonder how that happened. There was a point. Oh yeah, if you do that, you can get, if you ace it, you can get a C. If you get a B, you get a C. If you take it again, if you get a C, you get a C. If you get a D, we get a D. The highest grade you can get on a retake is C. Freemasonry. Now this is a wicked religion.
Yeah.
And they say it's not really a religion, it is religion in general. Well, when they ever, and I think you'll find this, you'll say, hey, I've seen this before. I know what you're talking about. This pervades America, though it's more of a 1800s, early 1900s religion than people were into. My grandfather was a something degree, 30-degree Mason. Anyone else have a relative who was a Mason? Well, it had to be a man. Okay, I did. When the average American thinks of the Masonic Lodge, the thoughts are of children's burn centers and hospitals, the Shrine Circus, or Shriners, where handicapped children are often carried to the front row seats in the strong arms of weeping men who are wearing red fezzes of their fraternity. You ever see those guys in a parade? Rarely do we see a parade without these same Shriners driving up and down the parade route in their little cars and motorcycles. Why are they on those things? What does that have to do with Freemasonry? Nothing. Wearing clothes out of the Arabian Nights, bringing laughter to the little children lined up along sidewalks as they promote their Luciferian religion.
Yeah. That's right.
They worship Lucifer.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Ultimately, if they go in that deep, Freemasonry refers to the principles, institutions, and practices of the fraternal order of the free and accepted Masons. As the largest worldwide society, Freemasonry is an organization of men based on the fatherhood of God and the brotherhood of man. It sounds trite, but that is really, as you go through this, what it's all about. It's a society of men. And they use builders' tools as symbols to teach basic moral truths. Okay, their motto is morality in which all men agree, that is, to be good men and true. It is a religious in that a belief in a supreme being, they have that, and in the immortality of the soul. Those are the two prime requirements for membership. I messed up that sentence. You have to believe there's a supreme being, not necessarily God, and immortality of the soul. Alright, the purpose of Freemasonry is to enable men to meet in harmony, to promote friendship, and to be charitable. Sounds good, right? Its basic ideals are that all persons are the children of one God, that all persons are related to each other. The best way to worship God is to be service to people. Serve others. Sounds nice. It gets pretty wicked though. Masons have no national headquarters, but the largest one is Scottish Rite, southern, down in Alexandria, Virginia. There's 3.5 million Masons in America. The basic unit of Freemasonry, they have the lodge, blah, 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 blah. They've got different degrees, you can read about those. And then they have the advanced group, they have the York Rite and the Scottish Rite. The Scottish Rite has those 30 higher degrees. So they go to the 32nd or 33rd degree Mason. Have you ever heard of that? Yeah. I guess it's not. It's like Boy Scouts in a way, the different levels. But they go up that high. And let's go on here. In the United States and Canada, members have formed a large number of groups to enable them to expand their social, charitable activities. The best known of these groups is the Shriners, And their official name, Brother Dean, is Ancient Arabic Order Nobles Mystic Shrine.
Yep. There's one here.
Thus, they are of Muslim origin. They hold festive parades and support hospitals for crippled and burdened children. And to be a Shriner, you got to be a 32nd degree Mason. So those innocent little guys on the bicycles worship Lucifer.
They all do.
Okay. Although only, and if you are a Shriner, if you are a Mason, if you're involved with Freemasonry, just look up these facts. I mean, you may say my opinion or that statement was a little embellished. Okay, maybe so. I still believe that that is the ultimate aim, is to worship the light bearer, which they say is Lucifer.
Yeah.
But even if that weren't the case, there's a lot of problems with this. Although only men of at least 21 years of age can be Masons, related organizations are available for, hey, ladies, you can get involved with the Order of the Eastern Star. That's for couples, Master Masons and their wives. And then I've heard of Demolay, the Order of Demolay for boys, and the Order of Job's Daughters, and the Order of Rainbow for young girls. They've got more than 100 such fraternal organizations, including the Daughters of the Nile. These are weird ones. Daughters of the Nile, the Tall Cedars of Lebanon, the Mystic Order of Veiled Prophets of the Enchanted Realm. That's one. I can't pick that one. The Knights of the Red Cross of Constantine. And the Blue Lodge.
Yeah.
Many other secret societies have been patterned by the Masons. Freemasonry is the granddaddy of all the lodges. What type of lodges do we have out there? Got Moose Lodge, Eagles Lodge, Elks. Music to my ears as I think of their building. And the National Grange Society. So don't think of these as just farmers getting together to talk about farming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mysticism there, from what I hear. Mormon temple rites are also strikingly similar to Masonic lodge practices, because Joseph Smith, the founder of the Moron Church, was also a Mason.
Yeah.
He what?
Have you ever seen those signs
Disney.
along the highway that says, and they got the pictures of smiley people, it says, "Hi, I'm a moron." I mean, I'm a Mormon. Ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should have brought that card.
Most of the rituals of today's college fraternities are also based more or less directly upon Masonic rituals. Ooh. It goes back to 1717, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, the terminology and symbolism of Masonry seem to come mostly from the actual craft of stone masonry. So they use stone masonry. What does stone masonry mean?
Builders.
Builders that work with, like, stone. Yeah. The free in it, they think, comes from free stones. Stones that could be cut without splitting them. Okay? That's all from Biblically Discernment Ministries. The religion. We'll take a break. Do not worry. An Episcopal minister, Joseph Newton, recognized authority in the Masonic world, said, "Masonry is not a religion, but religion. Not a church, but a worship in which men of all religions may unite."
Ecumenical.
In fact, Freemasonry even sees itself as superseding and unifying all religions. See how the devil is trying all different ways to try and unite Freemasonry, Baha'i, New Age movement, Oprah Winfrey movement, Oprah the Killer Whale movement, all these things. The Rick Warren, Shadowback, or what's it called? Saddleback. Shadowback, and then they got the guy up there in Illinois with his Whispering Pines. What's it called? Oh, way too much of this. What's it called? Willow Springs? Willow World.
Willow Creek.
Willow Creek. Willow Creek. Ed Decker wrote some of these things. He said, "The true Mason is not creed-bound. He realizes with the divine illumination of his lodge that, as a Mason, his religion must be universal." Look what he says. Christ, Buddha, or Muhammad. The name means little, for he recognizes only the light and not the bearer of the light.
Satan.
Oh yes, he worships at every shrine, bows before every altar, whether in temple, mosque, or cathedral. And so they'll have Christian lodges, they'll have Muslim lodges, they'll have all different types of lodges. Whatever you want to worship, whoever you want to, but the point is, it's the light that you need.
I'll give them
The universal truth.
a
Yeah.
flashlight.
But realize that, so there'll be Christian lodges where they have Bible and talk about Christian things. The key membership requirement for Freemasonry is well known. Literature produced by the Grand Lodge makes plain the fact, no wonder I'm getting dizzy. This thing is moving. I thought I was having nystagmus, but it's not.
I'm sure it's moving.
It's not moving.
That's what
Of
it's all about.
course
It's moving, you're right.
Yes, it
Okay,
is.
it's moving, I'm sorry.
Oh, this one, I had this one done once. I mean,
That's just not
Don't
right.
hold the bottom.
Are you serious?
I do that fast.
That's
Wrong.
the test.
I passed. Yes. Oh, this story. This is, I should have God's judgment for this. This is ridiculous. I should have God's judgment.
You have.
Well, I have had it. I did have it, but on the spot. I was driving, this is, let's just say, 100 years ago.
You can edit this.
Driving, and I had a bottle of beer, like a 48-ouncer, sitting on the ground, on the floor over here. I pulled out, and there's a light problem, and I was just trying to see the light. They said I crossed the line, so they pulled me over. And I don't know if I was drunk or not, but they had me do that test, and then the whole thing here. And I had a little nystagmus, you know, your eye goes in. I said, this is it, and it was so smooth. I said, it's a medically documented fact in my health record that I have 2B right lateral nystagmus. Okay, you guys believe me. So I'm stepping outside of the car, and I had to do a little walk thing, which I should have gone to jail for, you know. And then this open bottle of alcohol sitting right there, and he shined a flashlight in. Did not see it.
Oh.
Nor the tempered plates on the back,
Oh.
Oh, man.
where I had changed the year with a marker. I didn't even look at it. So I should have the judgment of God. People out there in other countries, know this, that God was merciful to me. I should have gone to jail for that.
Was it your car?
The car, yeah.
Was it your car?
This was my car. It's just I didn't pay the piper.
Right.
We wondered.
Anyways, last week I got that all cleared up, and we're good to go now. I'm kidding you.
I'm
I'm kidding you. I'm joking.
You can edit this
I
whole.
want my money back. Some guys are going, are they making, what's going on here? Going on, so faith in God, they say, is not required, contrary to the claims of many Masons. What Freemasonry actually requires is faith in the existence of a supreme being. Freemasonry is willing to accept faith in Vishnu, Buddha, anything that's a supreme being. Freemasonry teaches that all men of all religions worship the same God, knowing Him by many different names. What a lie from the pit of hell, and people believe it. Someone read the next couple sentences.
It sounds like Baha'i.
Well, yeah, it's similar. Yeah. Starts with masonry.
Masonry around?
Yeah. Very
Masonry
good. Pay
around.
attention. Yeah. Wake him up. There he goes. He's back on.
Around.
Rebooted back up.
I've been distracted. Masonry, around whose altars the Christian, the Hebrew, the Muslim, the Brahmin, the followers of Confucius, and Zoroaster can assemble as brethren and unite in prayer to the one God who is above all, the Balaam. Must needs leave it to each of its initiates to look for the foundation of his faith and hope to the written scriptures of his own religion.
Okay, it says here, like you said, the Balaam. So he's referring to the one God who is above all, the Balaam. What's this word Balaam? Simply referring to as these false gods. So you're going to assemble together and gets above all these false gods. He's calling Christ and these others. Well, the others are false gods, but all of them are. To get to this higher level, and you get beyond that. The group of men known as Master Masons. You can be a Hindu Master Mason. Let's see how be careful how I say that. A Buddhist, one of those. Men who profess to be Christians. Even men who have no religion other than Masonry. We'll do this and take a good break. Is it Christian?
No.
Well, Freemasonry is widely accepted in the largest Christian denomination in America, the Southern Baptist Convention.
Yeah.
In 1992, the Southern Baptist Home Mission Board made an official statement. They said, "We acknowledge that many outstanding Christians and Southern Baptists now are, and in the past have been Masons, including such notable," and they list some. So they're basically saying, hey, these guys, they're okay. But okay, we understand there's a lot of Masons. They do understand also, they went on to say though, that there are significant differences in Southern Baptist beliefs and Masonic teachings. Because there are. The Southern Baptists, by and large, are saved people, if they believe what they preach. Right? Yeah. Okay. So, but they had to make, there were so many Masons, well it says here. So a survey in 91 said 14% of Southern Baptist pastors and 18% of the deacon board were Masons. And in 2000, there was over 1,000 Southern Baptist pastors in America are Masons. Masons, they're not like 1 degree Mason, they're way up there. They've been Masons for a long time, so that is concerning. Well, they have a messed up source of authority. They refer to the Bible as this VSL, and it's considered an indispensable part, one of the furniture in a Masonic lodge, so they have the Bible there. But that's only in a Christian lodge. If you're in a Buddhist one, they won't have that. The Quran in a Muhammad lodge, the Vedas in a Brahmin lodge. Jim Shaw, 33 degree Mason, says that the Masonry is not based on the Bible, but on the Kabbalah, a medieval book of mysticism and magic. You can read about the Kabbalah and what it teaches. Well, we'll go on. 2. So they apparently believe in the Kabbalah, but we'll just say there's Christian lodges which will have a Bible. The Muslim lodges will have a Quran. God. Masons require one to believe in God, or Supreme Being, to be a member. But the candidate is never required to say what God he believes in. Masonry requires merely that you believe in some deity. Give him what name you will. Any God will do, so he is your God. Masons commonly refer to their deity, look at this, as a great architect of the universe, or Gaotu. And I've seen that many times before. That is what they call their deity. Gaotu, or the great architect of the universe. Called the Grand Artificer, Grand Master of the Grand Lodge. Above, Jehovah, Allah, Buddha, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, or the great geometer. The G in the Masonic ring, which you've seen those, can refer to God. It can also refer to geometry. We're not done. Hey, hold on! Our break is coming. Just hold on. Jesus Christ. Oh my. They seldom use it even in Christian lodges, because they don't want to offend their non-Christian lodge members that are there or in other lodges. When quoting from the Bible, references to Christ are often omitted, and prayer is never allowed to be offered, in a well-ordered lodge at least, in the name of Jesus Christ. In the lodge, the only petition allowed is to the great architect of the universe. Just like if you were at a college graduation, they allowed a prayer, they would probably instruct you to use just a generic God, don't say Father, and you can't say in Jesus' name. You say Amen. Have you ever been in a ceremony like that? Where it's kind of, oh God, and it's talk generically about Him? It's very common. And salvation, and the meaning of Masonry, that Jesus was not the Christ, but that He had attained to the state of Christ consciousness available to all mankind, is again part of Masonry. You go, whoa, that sounds like New Age. Hey, which came first? The New Age is kind of a recent thing. And salvation. Because they deny the reality of sin, Masons see no need of salvation. But the salvation they talk about is a step-by-step enlightenment which comes through initiation into the Masonic degrees and their mysteries. In the 28th degree, he is told that the true Mason is one who raises himself by degrees till he reaches heaven, and that one of his duties is to divest himself of original sin, if they had it. Masons clearly teach that salvation by works, and they reject faith in Jesus Christ as a critical factor in salvation. In the legend of the 3rd degree, Masons reenact the death, burial, and resurrection of Hiram Abiff. Take a break. Short break.